contender spoke up, said leave this blob alone. She could tell right away that I was blob to the bone. Blob to the bone. Blob to the bone. Blob. Blob. Blob to the bone. What's up? It's Joe MMA here with a breakdown of UFC Apex 104. We're back in the warehouse. I'll be giving an in-depth breakdown of all the fights starting from bottom to top. And hopefully it's enough information for you to make not shit picks. It's going to start off really bad. Please stick with me, for the love of God. It starts off 3 of the first 4 fights are women's fights. We'll get to it. But Apex time. Dude, we got some marauders in the first fight. 6-0. With the first 5 opponents being 0-0. Truly, just pick Carli Judice. I don't know what the fuck she's done. She's 0-1 in the Contender Series too. 0-1 in the UFC. But I think they were close fights. This other girl is tomato can maxing. UFC 5 career mode and the WFA, you couldn't find shit enough fighters for the start of, it's bad. Stay away from her. For the love of God. Carli Judice is the pick. That's it. No tape study on this. There's other fights where I go in more depth. Just leave this one alone. It gets better. Josiane Nunes is a slight favorite. I was going to say why, but it is a women's MMA. But truly, I didn't mean to leave her name as Cashew. But what is she going to do to her? Are you going to submit this damn gorilla? No neck, and we'll spike you on your head just like Thug Rose got spiked on her damn head, okay? She is built like a goblin. The more of a goblin you look like, the more of a Brazilian goblin, little dwarf you look like in women's MMA, seemingly the better. Did you see the state of the strawweight division? Number 3 through 10 are all Brazilian. The more goblin, the better. And mixed results in the UFC with being 3-2, but she's not 4-6. The only thing Priscila has going for her is she cheats. She will gouge your eyes out to get out of a damn submission. She looks, she ages like a fine milk. She looks like a fucking zombie now. The girl on the left does look like a wart grew into a human. Just pick her. Oh, I didn't say the last one's probably a decision, and this one's probably a decision. Dude. I'm just saying. Okay, next. A real talented fight. It was so weird watching this tape compared to a lot of the other fights. It felt like there's a big decline in fights after this. But Daniel Barez. Not a chance in hell I'm picking him. He's 36 at flyweight. He does cheat. Not a lot, but he did go for the sneaky little crafty fence grabs on the regional scenes. Dude. He went for, I don't know if it was a flying triangle or flying GT. It was something so stupid. It ended up on bottom. But he does have that dog in him. Holy shit. On the Contender Series, he did go to a war with the pipsqueak himself, Carlos Hernandez. I don't know if you remember him. I'm not going to find a picture, but he is pipsqueak maxing. And this guy gassed. And he's not any younger. That's the problem. So the only way you're going to bank on him is if he's going to have a crafty vet performance. But Andre Lima is on a streak. He got bit in the first fight. And then the last 2 have been some choppy performances since. But he is super young. He debuted in pro MMA in 2022. That's insane for someone who's 3-0 in the UFC and 10-0 in general. He did do kickboxing before, so it's a little bit of not fair to say he pro debuted in 2022, but it's a bit of a boring decision merchant and very inexperienced. So that's all. The only way the other guys catch him is maybe like a weird little crafty submission, but most likely we're going to see another boring decision from Andre Lima. No offense. And he has a cool little hat. So pick Andre Lima. Probably. This is the reason I'm damn trying to get through this fight. After this, we're smooth sailing. But Jesus Christ, they have front-loaded this card with hot garbage. Sam Hughes, I honestly thought was Chelsea Chandler until till yesterday. She's 32, 4-5 in the UFC. Dude, you're gonna see later on there are some people that deserve to be cut. No one wants to take a damn picture of this girl. The other girl, finally, a fighter I have something nice to say. A woman's fighter I have something nice to say about. Actually, really fun on the Contender Series. Went to a draw, but she clearly beat the shit out of the other girl, and the other girl was just trying to survive. I don't remember her fight in the UFC, but even though she's 6-1, not much experience, she's actually looking pretty good, and she might be a person to care about in this damn division. So yeah, go with Luciano. Next up, Josias Musasa versus Carlos Vera. Dude, I was watching Josias's highlights. Holy fuck. There's this one YouTube short you can probably find if you just search him up. It is a brutal war. Like, the guys are flying all over the place, and I think at the end of one of the rounds, the guy starts to slow down and drops his arm, and Josias just fucking swings on him. He's from the Congo. He's 26. He's 8-0. Dude, stories I heard about that damn country. It's just like Brazil, but somehow even harder. It's on damn hardcore mode. Brazil's on expert mode. This is on hardcore. You can't see the damn stamina bars. These guys they got some heart. On the other end, Carlos Vera, I was like, damn, Josias hasn't shown a lot, so maybe I might not pick him. Then I saw the odds. It's like, what are the odds? Dude, the odds aren't that Josias is so good. It's that, what the fuck is Carlos Vera doing? 37 at bantamweight, first of all. Not gonna shit on your dreams, right? You could do whatever you want. But already coming in a little rough, okay? He does look fresh out the 90s. I couldn't stick on who, but I swear it might be Murilo Bustamante or one of the shit middleweight champs. And oh my god, fresh out the 90s doesn't even describe that damn guillotine. He had this guy in guard, and it was the oh, let me slowly, one at a time, wrap my legs around your back. No, don't let me hurt you. Make nice and smooth for you. Dude, it was the slowest guillotine. And you could see the guy thinking, might have to tap in 30 seconds. Might have to tap in a bit. Dude, it was like the guy just fucking gave up and sat in it. Do not pick Carlos Vera. There is not a crafty vet's chance in hell that he's going to fluke another guillotine. And I'm not saying this is the one guillotine either that is the signature move. He's done it multiple times, and it's not it. Josias by round 2 ground and pound TKO. Even though Carlos Vera has never been knocked out, I could see a ref calling it while he's curling up on the ground. No offense. Go Josias. Seung Yu versus AJ Cunningham. Another one where the fights on this card are pretty easy to pick. I'm gonna be honest. He's a quick little crafty guy, dude. I watched him on I don't know what regional promotion. He fucked himself. I was watching tape, and I thought it was gonna be tape of everyone winning. He went for a flying triangle. Fluked it. I think on the first round, it went longer and longer, but got broken, finished by body shots. It wasn't the best look. But for the first 2 rounds of it, he's very patient. He paces himself correctly. He's very sneaky. Okay. Actually, now that I'm saying this, I'm still going to pick you. But if you want a really weird underdog that might hit for no reason at all, AJ Cunningham is a punching bag. But he's a punching bag with a heart. If the other guy, I've seen him break to body shots, AJ Cunningham might just be able to take 40 spinning wheel kicks to the head, walk forward, and break the guy. But he has also gotten his ass beat. And sure, the Ludovic Klein one is excusable because it's the Ludovic Klein who's looked amazing, and I don't know where he's been. I hate seeing Ludovic Klein beat the shit out of someone and have the guy who got the shit kicked out of him return faster. So come back, Ludovic Klein. But this guy also got his ass kicked by Steve Nguyen on the Contender Series, and that wasn't a good look, because the fuck is that guy? I'm not saying he can't be anyone, but that guy was also one-on-one in the Contender Series, if I remember. So, if you really want to bank on this guy taking every shot in the world and coming back, like Mirsad Bektik, Darren Elkin kind of come back, do it, but probably pick you by decision or like a quick shot that knocks him down and he finishes him with it. So yeah, you by round 1, round 2 knockout, I would say. Oh yeah. That's how you know we're in the damn apex, buddy. Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Ryan Spann. This might be the closest fight on the card. He's 12-1, 5-1 in the UFC. Fat old blob who rolled over in those belly rubs. You know it. That's, I think, Ryan Spann's only chance is the wrestling, right? Because, I mean, 8-5 in the UFC. Very choppy, very smart. Very smart Ryan Spann. 22-10. I do have a next stream just going to help with processing this. It's a good thinker, man. Honorary PhD in being smart and thinking. Dude, he is dumb as fuck. I swear, if you just hook this guy up to a controller, I can get him to top 5 before he gets like knocked out by Ozdemir or something. But if he, in this fight, lighter man skill, let's not forget, he is moving up. And he's a big dude, he's 6'5", so he probably should have moved up sooner. Sorry, I keep looking down because he's just staring at me with like a please don't put me down kind of look, and it's weirding me out. But he can wrestle. If he just shoots, pins the damn guy down, doesn't take those Johnny Walker elbows and cry about it, he can do it. And honestly, another reason I'm picking him too, because there's so many massive favorites on this card. I just want to have a solid underdog pick on this. I think Ryan Spann's a good pick, but this fight is pretty 50-50. He might just get chinned out of nowhere. I mean, look at Waldo Cortes-Acosta, bro. He's blob to the bone. He is blob to the bone, and you cannot deny it. But I'm going to go by Ryan Spann. I want to say decision, but 15 minutes is a long time to not get chinned, especially after that Goose Golf fight. That looks so bad. Dude. No. Instinct. Ryan Spann. Decision. Come on, he can do it. He got me foaming at the mouth. Oh, yeah. Kevin Vallejos versus Seung Choi. Dude, I'm going to start with Seung Choi because I feel bad for him. 11-4, 4-6 in the UFC. And are you starting to see what I mean with these damn records in the UFC? It's going to get worse, by the way, but there are so many people who are getting... So many people are kind of getting fed and it look like they're about to get kicked out of the UFC. There might be a lot of cuts after this card. But Mr. Muay Thai, Mr. Muay Thai champion, you'll damn kick your legs off. He is shit the bed over and over and over again of recent. And he's been taking so much damage doing it. It's painful to watch. I honestly thought he was going to be something. But especially in this matchup, Kevin Vallejos, 14-1. He's 23 and he's 14-1. 14-1. Damn blockhead. Hey, let me drop the blockhead on you. Damn villager lookalike. Dude, he is not only a physical blockhead, but if you saw that Gene Silva fight on the Contender Series, Gene Silva clearly won, but it was 29-28. And honestly, when I watched that fight, I was pissed off at Gene Silva. I was like, who's this guy think? Come in, disrespect the sport. Emote all over the place. Not at my apex. But, dude, that Gene Silva fight, he showed heart. He got the shit kicked out of him. He took some nasty shots, and he still fought in there. And I think this is his show-off performance where he really gets to make a name for himself. I don't want to see Seung Choi get finished and take more damage again, but Kevin Vallejos breaks him in round 3. TKO against the fence, starts turtling. Let's go. Kevin Vallejos, round 3 TKO. Oh, yeah. Dude, this guy, he's not a blob, but he's definitely dense. Diyar, I mean, we go way back. I could never mess up his name. Diyar Nurgozhay versus Brendson Ribeiro. Dude, he's dense as fuck. He is... I should have shown a full body picture. He's just like this one solid blobby mass. Not fat blobby. Just like... Dude, he like only eats porridge kind of thing. He fought 5 rounds, the Eagle FC belt. Truly the pinnacle of the sport. It's a monster. He did actually go 25 minutes, though. I don't know how with that physique. But, yeah, I mean, Brendson Ribeiro has a chance, especially the way he fought his last fight. He just made it super close and banked on a split decision. He's on the lanky freak diet, though. If this guy's on oatmeal, he's like eats twigs and green beans. But he honestly could be 0-3 with the last fight he had. Like, either comically gets knocked out or loses decisions, right? And it's like, am I gonna bank on it? I'm gonna bank on this fluky flukester? No, bruh. I'm gonna bank. This guy is looking at me so freaky, like that kind of look, by the way. But dude, Diyar by. If it's standing, you'll probably 29-28 him, but I think he's going to get it down and probably TKO him on the ground. So, round 3 TKO. And another guy, negative UFC record. Let's go. Another prospect setup. Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. Dude, Damon is the definition of underrated. 15-7 is such a shit record, and 3-3 in the UFC isn't pretty either. He's around his prime, and think of those losses, dude. The GOAT, Farid Basharat. The little tit for tat, flick a shot at you, flick flat, can't touch back, dude. But other than that, and then the what's his name? The boring guy, Mario Batista. Super close fight too after his Twister submission win, and then. The last loss was really bad. It was like a super quick knockout by... Dude, I don't remember his name, but he is amazing. He's a prospect. And if he was active, he would actually have made a name for himself. The guy who fucking fights once a year, though. But those 3 losses aren't bad. Super crafty ground game. And let's look at the other guy. A lot of this isn't how good the first guy is, it's how questionable the second guy is. 21-10, 3-5 in the UFC. Again, dude. He's 37, possibly 57 if you watch this guy fight. I don't know what he's doing in training. He like never warms up and destroys his tendons as much as possible. I don't know why he looks so slow. Like he's fighting underwater. But dude, I don't know how you're going to pick him. Blackshear, I think Gibson, he's had good cardio, but he's going to shoot a lazy takedown, get sprawled on, and get darsed probably in round 2. It's pretty hard to argue for Gibson. I think this should be a wider fight. The odds are probably, and I know they're not close, but they're probably this close just because of his loss. It's killing me that I don't know the guy's name. Fuck. Dude, there's gonna be a timestamp, and you're gonna have to skip this part. I'm gonna think of it, bro. Blackshear versus... Dude. Blackshear versus who? I got a phone. I'm searching it up. Blackshear. Dude, who did he just get knocked out by? Dude, I swear to God, I thought of it before I saw the name. But I did just see the name, so there's no problem. Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson looks amazing. He's probably top 15, like number 11, kind of worth it. So yeah, Blackshear round 2, Dars. Alexander Hernandez versus Kurt Holobah. Dude, Alexander Hernandez, 15-8, 7-7, choppy, right? Choppy UFC career. Started off stunning against Beneil Dariush. And then just, I don't want to say all downhill, but he's never reclaimed that. And it's probably because Beneil's a bit shitty. But oh my God, he was my first ever complete hate-watched UFC fighter. I would play UFC 3, UFC 4, UFC 5, lock in any character like Edson Barboza or anyone that would just flatline you to the maximum. And just keep knocking out Alexander Hernandez. I hated him so much after that Donald Cerrone fight. But I've grown up. I swear to God, I've grown up. I did almost pick Kurt Holobah just because of the odds. But then I realized who he was. But Alexander Hernandez, he's an old mature now. For you Tito Ortiz fans. He's an old mature. He's grown up like a grape. And that Jim Miller fight, he's shown how much he's grown. From someone who would always gas at 145, even at 155, always break, he is really locked into his career now. That Jim Miller fight, he had some dog. And another one of the guys where you're like, why the fuck is he in the UFC? He's 2-5 in the UFC. Legit does. Come on, Patrick. Come on. Does look like Pinhead. I think he's 38. All he got going for him is crafty, tough grizzleback. I don't want to say all, because I don't think his UFC losses were that bad, even though there's 5 and only 2 wins. But, and also I think a lot of them are very old UFC losses too. But Hernandez has the capability to go to decision, really good wrestling, and also at any time could just flatline you. He's shown that time and time again in his career. So if he doesn't, I'm probably going to go by knockout, but he might go to decision too. But Hernandez by round 2 knockout. And recently he's been carrying his power throughout all 3 rounds a lot better than he used to. But yeah, Alexander Hernandez round 2 KO. Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Didn't write the full name because it wouldn't fit. But versus Chitty and Chitty Bang Bang, brother. But yeah. So Alessio, 25-8. I didn't realize he was 11-4 in the UFC. I thought it was a little more choppy like the other fighters. Dude, holy shit, he has an insanely good resume for someone who is not really that cared about. He's old-ish. I think he's 37. He's not as old as I thought he was. But a 37 in Brazilian is like, what, like 20 American? No, I'm joking. But these old Brazilians do not fight like they're old. And he's got that dog in him, especially he proved in that Renat fight. He had a really rough early going in that fight, but he really pulled it together in round 3. He is a crafty vet to the max. I think your craftiness level goes up 20-fold if you're capoeira, bro. If you're putting your hand on the ground doing spinny spins, holy shit, bro. No one can touch Aleski. Now we got Chitty on the other end. 24-10, 4-3 in the UFC. Mixed results, right? And, dude, he's 36. What the fuck? Like, I thought he would have been at least 32. 36? And I think this is what he really has going for him. That damn freaky ass 80-inch reach. We might see him throw some pop shots out there, drop him early. But my problem, also 5-3 in Bellator. But my problem is he's breakable. And so if he doesn't get it working, I know he went to decision in his last fight and looked good, but he was kind of fighting a punching bag. He was just clinching him up and kneeing him and didn't fight too much adversity in that fight. When he has been shown adversity, he has shown that he breaks. And Zaleski, even though he is beatable, dude, if you don't break him early, he is fucked to deal with in those later rounds. Especially if you're someone who's known that is breakable. Dude, this is a nightmare. I thought it was close originally, but I'm going to go Zaleski by either round 3 finish or decision, but I'll go round 3 TK. No. Round 3 submission. I think he's going to drop him and get a rear naked choke. Yeah. Yeah, go with that. That's the pick. That's the real crafty vet pick. But now we're on the main event. Can you believe we're already here? Truly an Apex card. If I've gone through all these fights and you've gone, I don't know a single fighter, that's how you know we've made it. That's how you know we're on a real Apex card. But now we're on the people's main event. The fight everyone's been asking for. Meathead Marvin versus Roman Dolidze. So, I'll get to what he said. I just watched the press conference just before this. I'll get to that at the end because there's actually some really important info on it. So 19-6-1, 9-5 in the UFC, mixed career of course. He's 31 now. He entered the UFC so young, he might be in his prime. Might not be with what I'm going to say later. He is a decision maker. He is, unless he's like submitting Carl Robinson in the Apex back in the COVID days. I got a deep MMA bag, bro. Don't test me. But he's a bit of a decision merchant. And the thing is, if he just fought like God wanted him to, let's be honest. He was given a meathead and some cardio. Just fight like Marab. Fight like Marab and farm every headbutt you can. Lean in like this and throw a bunch of hooks. And it's the same, honestly, with both of them. But more meathead Marvin, bro. If he just fought like he should, dude, 20-time defending champ. But let's get to Roman. 14-3, 8-3 in the UFC. Honestly, better than I thought. But the competition, it's not been the best. I mean, you look at like that Phil Hawes fight, and it's like, no shit, you're gonna beat Phil Hawes. No offense to Phil Hawes, I feel so bad for him, but yeah. Roman Dolidze is also 36, which I thought meant something, but now I'm starting to think we're in middleweight, so who cares? Because it's middleweight. It feels like he damn flukes everything with these damn submissions. Damn. But he can always fluke something. But then I think neither of these guys have been finished. This is probably the least flukeable matchup you could get. But then again, Marvin is coming off an injury. So if you're gonna bank on a fluke, which I am not, this might be the time to do it. Amazing jiu-jitsu. No one touched this guy. But for the love of God, if you don't shoot a takedown on him, you're kind of safe. The only time Amava was in any slight bit of danger was when little Dolidze pulled guard and tried to fluke a nice little random scramble. Didn't work, and then got the shit kicked out of him for the rest of the fight. Hermanson was beating the shit out of Dolidze too until he shot a takedown. For what reason? Right, no reason. He just wanted to lose the fight for no reason. Yeah, like, Dolidze's wrestling is not that good. Just banks on jiu-jitsu, right? And a bit of an IQ problem too. I don't know what's making me say this, but just look at the fella. Look how he fights. Dude. So now we're going to get to what Marvin said in the press conference. Dude, he's at ATT now. And he was talking about how when he was training in Vegas, he had a team, but he never really... I'm sorry, he had coaches, but he never really had a team, a full-fledged group of people to spar with and all that, and he's feeling so much better at ATT, especially with the big booty Latinas, he said. So I find that amazing, and I was like, oh, damn, I'm going to pick you now. And then he said why he was out for so long. I completely forgot about the Brendan Allen matchup that was scheduled, and he got a horrible shoulder injury. He said it was rotator cuff that tore. Okay, I need to slow down. He tore his rotator cuff and parts of his bicep too. Now, he wasn't 100% sure he would ever be able to get that full mobility back, but he's saying it's a lot better now. So I'm got to trust in that. What fighter is going to say he's going to a fight compromised, though, truly? But with that ATT training, dude, with that Dustin Poirier, with those people that might just be telling you, hey, dude, it's not all about the outside foot battle. It's maybe about just throwing some punches, right? Dude, I don't think the fight should be this close in odds. Especially, that first fight was probably only close because that was a 3-rounder. Dude, meathead Marvin gets working in those 5-rounders. I know he lost some late rounds to Paulo Costa, but I don't want to use the Jared Cannonier matchup as an example, but to go all 5 rounds and be there and present and have the shit kicked out of you that bad, to have a striking record set on you by Jared Cannonier and still be in it in that 5th, that's insane, dude. Meathead Marvin is a problem. I'm going to pick him by decision. Let me envision this fight real quick. Round 1, close. It's going to be a complete toss-up round. Round 2, Marvin's going to take it. Round 3, Dolidze is going to take it, and it's going to be like, oh, God. Oh, this one might be another close one. Another coin flip decision. And Marvin Vettori is going to lock in. Clearly win the 4th, and most likely win the 5th. Like, it's going to be a closer round, but I think Marvin's still going to win it. He's going to win like a 49-46, 48-47, 48-47. Pretty clear. Marvin Vettori, he's going to get those leg kicks and straights working. And truly, they're both going to see every punch thrown, but neither of them are going to be quick enough to react to any of it. Let's be honest. This is not... Dude, the flyweight fighter on the card is higher level. No offense. But yeah, Marvin Vettori by decision. Hope you enjoyed the picks. I think this is the perfect card to start off on, because who the fuck are 90% of these people? But yeah, it's been Chubby MMA. Thanks for watching, bitch.